In this video, we're going to show you a new feature that we've been working on for quite some time here in EasyStone that I think will be useful in different circumstances, and I want to kind of cover some of those different ideas. So let's say, for example, that you purchase a font from a designer and they don't have the ability to provide that font in a TrueType font. You'll find this feature to be quite useful when you want to create a particular word. Let's say, for example, we want to create the word Eagles. And they've given us all of the individual letters like you see here, just all lined up. But now we want to create the word Eagles. So rather than manipulate an E and an A and all that monkey business, one letter at a time, what we can do is just select the entire alphabet, open up your font manager, and it will have this option where it says duplicate font tab within the font finder tab. And then we can just type in the word Eagles, and you can define the character spacing. Now this will be in millimeters. So we're going to be 2 millimeter spacing, and when we hit create, then you can see it will create the word Eagles for us, and then we can go ahead and create our template from that. Okay, so that will be kind of handy for us. And the other thing that it will do is it will also do something kind of unique where it's going to allow us to add weed boxes. So if we wanted to, and this will be quite powerful for you. So let's just say that the font that we have doesn't come as a sticky flock version. We can very easily create our own sticky flock version. But let's say we've got a couple of choices with this font. Now I should point out this lower font here is actually Tiny Tim by Steve, the Stone Ranger. Now he does provide a sticky flock version because I made it for him. But it's just a good demonstration nonetheless. So in this font is a very basic font where all the letters are the same height. So let's just say the font that you have doesn't have a sticky flock version. And right now we need to make the word Eagles. All right, but I don't want to cut the entire font right at this moment. So what this will allow us to do is it allows us to just create the letters that we need with the weed box already applied. So let me show you how that works. So again, we would just select the entire alphabet. We already have the word Eagles in place, and we're going to choose the Add Weed box with a 2 millimeter margin. And now when I hit Create, you can see we basically get the same result as we did previously. We get the word Eagles, but now we have that sticky flock box around all of our lettering the way it needs to be. Now, if we take a font that's a little bit different, now this font here, you can see we have letters that kind of hang down. They're not the same height. But there again, we can do the same basic thing. Let's go ahead and move this font down a little bit. We can select that, and we'll just go hit it again. So we're going to choose the Add Weed Box option. Everything else will stay the same. And it will go ahead, and you can see now it's done the same thing, but now the weed box is even. So we can go ahead and cut this out now, and then we can cut out all the rest of the letters later. And when we add the weed box later on, all the weed boxes will still line up. So it can be quite useful if you only want to do a partial alphabet. And the other thing that's nice too is for those who are creating their own fonts but don't want to go through the hassle of actually creating the TrueType version of the font. Well, now you don't have to. You can create the font, and then you can, if you need the word princess or football or baseball or whatever, it's going to be easier to work with fonts that you've designed yourself without having to actually go through the process of creating a TrueType font. And then for other fonts that you purchase that aren't in a TrueType format already, then you can still utilize those fonts as well. And it'll be easier to create the words that you need. And if you need to make a sticky flock version of the font, you can do all that right here with this new functionality. So I think you'll find that it's just a nice little addition to have if you run into a situation where the fonts that you're working with aren't converted into a TrueType font version. Thanks for watching.